A team that averaged 99 points per game, 125 to the Brooklyn Nets, 113. All New York City's, you're going to get these bars tonight. I don't want to have an esoteric conversation. I don't want to talk about feelings. I don't want to talk about body language. That's what Sam does. Sam is not with us tonight. And I'm glad he's not. Not because it's not going to make for a better show, but God damn it, we are going to have a talk tonight about the obvious. Okay? I came into this season, I unloaded my burdens. I said, you know what? Kevin Durant at the power forward. If that's what you think, Sean Marks, you got us to this moment, then that's what it should be. Sean Marks say Kevin Durant is going to bang with the big bodies, then I'm all in championship. Then strange things started occurring to not only me, but to Steve Nash as well. I wouldn't call it strange. I would call it obvious. If I'm speaking honestly. A group of men who are paid hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars to make basketball decisions sat around a boardroom table and looked each other in the eye and said, with all this scoring power that we have, with all this firepower, what do we need? You know, our defense is 15th in the league. Excuse me, I'm so off. The Nets defense is the 26th defense in the league. Okay. So with the Nets defense being so far at the other side of the league that you don't want to be at if you want to win a championship, the group of men who run this team sat around a table and said, you know what we need? We need more firepower. We need more scoring. Not dealing with what was there before you, not dealing with what you needed to deal with. The thing that every person except the starfuckers on Nets Twitter screaming for, oh, we want Harden, we want Harden. And I'm not saying Harden is not a good decision. It could very well be the thing that leads us to a championship. I'm fine. I've made peace with that. That has to be the truth. I've come to a place where I'm okay with this. I've talked myself into believing this to be the truth because I have nothing else. If that is not the truth, the Nets can't even fix themselves into 2028. It's 2021. At the time of the James Harden trade, a Nets team that hadn't even played together 15 games yet. They hadn't played 15 games together yet. But still, they were third in offense. They didn't play Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving every night. Matter of fact, Kyrie missed 7 games. But they still was third in offense. So what did they do? They said, you know what? You don't need size in the NBA. You need speed and quickness. You don't need rebounding in the NBA. In this NBA, in the Mike D'Antoni world, the D'Antoni verse, when you play basketball in the D'Antoni verse, it's just about how skillfully you can put the ball in the hoop. And you know what? It's true. The Nets are great at putting the ball in the hoop. But they couldn't stop a cold. They couldn't stop a runny nose. They couldn't stop at a stop freaking sign. Oh, Lord, this is painful. This is painful. Everyone on Nets Twitter is saying, oh, we've got 3 roster spots. It's going to be okay. We got to find it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Nets had 29 rebounds. 29 rebounds. The freaking Cleveland Cavaliers. Coming into this, the team with the worst record in the NBA. Make no mistake who this team is. Yes, they have talented young players, but they don't know how to play. Their game plan was, these dudes are small. And they can't play defense. And they sure as hell can't rebound. They got 50 rebounds over the Nets. Are you kidding me? 50 rebounds? Like, if the Nets had gotten 5, it would have been hard for them to win. If the Nets had gotten 40 rebounds, it would have been hard for them to win. Jarrett Allen came in the third quarter and made a mockery of the Nets. Taurean Prince, the much maligned by me, Taurean Prince, made us look like fools. They had Taurean Prince playing shooting guard tonight. Shooting guard. This was our power forward. This man played power forward. Was our starting power forward. He played shooting guard for the Cleveland Cavaliers off the bench. And he went off. This is comical. Taurean Prince this evening was plus 14. Plus 14. That is how crap the Nets defense is. By no means does this mean that we turn tail and run, or that we give up, or that we're still not, or that we're not going to win a championship. But Nets family, as much as I put this on Steve Nash, and as much as I put this on Sean Marks, I put this on the Nets family, the Nets community, Nets Twitter. I put this on y'all. A lot, it's like we were committing, because I can't say just because I didn't like the idea that I'm not a part of it. I'm a part of it. I'm one of y'all. I am a part of this community. So whatever wave we go on, I'm a part of it too. And we look like fools right now. We had such a good thing going. The Nets would have been good during the Durant era. We would have gotten good. We would have had the platform and the basis to be good after the Durant era. And we flushed that down the toilet. And that's why we have to stop playing games. We have to start talking straight with each other. By no means is this a done deal. But if you want to talk about scary hours is this. This is scary. There's a gun to our head. We don't have the tools to become good in ever. The next time my son is 8 years old. He's in 3rd grade. He will be taking the PSATs in 11th grade the next time the Nets have control of their draft pick. I think Nets fans need to understand how dire the situation is. We can't be, it's the timeouts. Nash needs to call a timeout. Timeouts is not going to change what's on the floor. What we have is overkill. And we don't have any of the steps in between. And this is why you can't listen to players when you're building a team. You cannot listen, no matter how great they are, no matter how high their basketball IQ, you can't, the perspective in which players see the game is such a perverted perspective that they should never call the shots. They're calling the shots from inside the fishbowl. Right? From inside the fishbowl, you can only see from inside out. You're looking out. Or you're looking in the direction that you're looking at. A coach sees the whole game. A GM should be seeing the whole game. And if it's true that at the end, the players on the Nets were like, we have to have James Harden, and they did that and gave up what they gave up without the main answer. When all those men who get paid millions of dollars to make basketball decisions, when they sat around that boardroom table and they said, you know what? We're going to trade our present and our future for this one guy. The answer that all of them had to say and agree to when they were advising our governor, Mr. Joe Tsai, on what we should do next. That they got together as a group, as a brain trust, and decided that the thing that they had to do was get more offense. And that more offense, the question it has to answer, the question that before you pull that trigger, if we go get that more offense, as elite as James Harden is, if we go get that more offense and we ruin this team's future and present, does it guarantee